In case you're new here, my name is Bianca and I'm 21 years old, and this here that you're watching is Break My Face. This is the first video in a playlist of videos where you're gonna get to follow me around my experience with booking, getting and recovering from a septo-rhinoplasty surgery. Essentially, I'm getting a nose job. If you disagree with plastic surgery, I suggest that you stop watching this video. Please don't waste your time leaving hateful comments or negative comments about the whole plastic surgery thing. If you leave a hateful comment, I'm just going to delete your comment and block you. It's absolutely okay to have polite discussions down in the comment section below, but please remember that having the right to an opinion is not an excuse to be an asshole. So I've wanted this surgery for about 10 years. Basically, I have a very deviated septum, which means that the middle bit of my nose is so crooked that it disrupts my airways from my nose. And it essentially just means that I can't breathe very well and I'm a mouth breather, and this gives me a lot of health issues. Because I constantly feel like I have a stuffy nose and I can't breathe through my nose, I have recurring tonsillitis because my tonsils are under constant attack. I'm in the process of being tested for chronic sinusitis, I think it's called, where it just means that my sinuses are constantly blocked. I find it extremely difficult to exercise because I can't get enough oxygen, and this in return affects my general health and also my circulation. Aside from that, I have never ever liked my nose. I think that it's too big. I don't like that it's crooked and wonky. I feel like it's very hooked, it's very droopy, and just overall it does not suit me. It's always felt like just something on my face. It's never felt like a part of my face in any way. I got very bullied because of it growing up, and it's even carried on into my adult life in some cases. This means that I grew up with a whole lack of self-esteem. I've struggled with depression, and I still struggle with anxiety today because of the way my nose looks. I won't lie and say that I'm getting the surgery just for health reasons. That would be absolutely wrong of me to say. Of course, the main reason I am getting it so quickly and right now is because of the health impacts that it has, but even if I didn't have these health reasons, I would probably still want this surgery most likely later on in my life. If you want to know more about my story and my reasons, I have written up a blog post that I will link down below. You can go ahead and read it over there, because this isn't really a video about the reason why I want a nose job as much as it is about the whole process of booking a surgery. So I realized that if I wanted to get this surgery in the near future, my last window of opportunity to get it is going to be May to October 2016. That meant that I was only going to have 2 weeks at home to go to all my appointments and sort everything out before the actual surgery in May, considering that I probably won't have time to come back between now, December, and May next year. So the first thing that I did when I decided that I was definitely going to have this surgery, I was definitely going to try, was I went on the website and I researched all of the plastic surgeons that were covered by my health insurance. Luckily for me, my health insurance has a fantastic website that lists all of the surgeons and their specialties, so I picked my 2 favorites, and then I booked my appointment with my otolaryngologist. Such a difficult word to say, but I booked my appointment with that doctor so that he could refer me to a specific surgeon. Luckily for me, he was available on short notice, so I was able to get my appointment with him. Hey everyone, I'm currently in the car. I am on my way to my very first appointment for my rhinoplasty. I am extremely nervous. I think I'm more nervous about this appointment than I am about surgery itself, because this is the first appointment. So basically I'm gonna go and see the doctor that diagnosed me with my deviated septum, and I'm gonna go and talk to him, tell him more or less what I want, and then he's gonna refer me to a surgeon, and hopefully I'll be able to get an appointment with a surgeon. But yeah, that's what we're doing right now, and I'll update you in a little bit. Here we go. The appointment went really well. He cleared me for surgery, like in terms of yes, you do need surgery kind of thing. So now the next steps are to contact this next surgeon, try and arrange an appointment for him to see me hopefully before Christmas, but if not, then hopefully just before the 30th, because that's when I go back. So then he'll see me, he'll do my x-ray and like anything else that he might need to do, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, he'll be on my health insurance, which we're not 100% sure yet. Hopefully he will be, otherwise we're gonna have to find a different surgeon. Now we're just kind of waiting, because I definitely want to leave here on the 30th with my surgery booked for May, so this appointment needs to happen. That's the first thing. This is the doctor that actually diagnosed my deviated septum when I was younger, so I felt really, really comfortable, and I felt like it was just right to go to him to get a recommendation for a surgeon. So I went in and he told me that he no longer does the kind of surgery that I'm after. What I want is a septo-rhinoplasty, which means that they will not only fix the septum, but they will also do the cosmetic procedure, and he no longer does that. So I told him about these surgeons that I had researched, and he told me that he did not advise for me to go with either one of those surgeons. He told me that they were perfectly fine surgeons, but that if I was his daughter, he would not want me going under the knife of anyone else other than the guy he was recommending. This is someone that he works with all the time, and he knows he's really good at it. This surgeon does several rhinoplasties every day, and he specializes in exactly what I want done. So that sounded really good to me. Plus, because they work together so often, it could be that this doctor might even be in my OR when I'm getting the surgery, and that made me feel really, really good. I really trust his opinion, so I was really, really glad that I went to see him. So he took a look at my septum. He said it really wasn't a super complicated thing that I wanted done, and he referred me to this next surgeon. So we did some more research into whether or not the surgeon was covered by my insurance, and thank goodness he was. So we booked the appointment to go and see him at the hospital. Hey everyone, it's the night before my big scary appointment. I'm really scared. I'm really, really nervous. I would be absolutely lying to tell you otherwise. I don't really know what to expect for this first appointment, because a lot of people are filming their recoveries and not necessarily the process for booking the surgery, which for me is the most important bit. We're here! So we went to the hospital and I met him. He's really, really nice. He seems like a really professional guy. He seems to be really, really good at what he does. And I trust him entirely. He's just one of those people that I met and I was like, you know what? I have no problem with you cutting into my face. Go ahead. However, he wasn't able to do very much at the appointment at all. It turns out that I needed to have a CAT scan done, which I didn't know about, so I had to leave the appointment and go and get it done. So all he did was answer a bunch of questions that my mom had about the surgery and about post-op and everything. He assured me that everything was fine, that it was going to be pretty simple, the recovery wasn't going to be too horrible, but then he told me that my insurance is very likely to refuse the surgery. The way it works with my health insurance is that I have to go to the doctors, I have to do everything, and then they send the surgery off for approval. And if the health insurance approves the surgery, then we can move forward. So the reason my health insurance might refuse my surgery is because my deviated septum is a birth defect. It's something that I was born with, it wasn't an accident or anything of the sort, and in cases like mine, they often do reject the surgery requests. That was a bummer, but I was already kind of expecting it, and my doctor did tell me that he has a lot of grounds with which to challenge their decision if they do reject it at first, because I do have so many health implications from this deviated septum. I have so many health issues that are derived from that. So he said that he would be able to write a report and run a bunch of tests and just send it off, and hopefully then they will say yes. If they don't say yes, however, the surgery is going to be between 3,000 and 5,000 euros, which is a lot of money, but it's not as bad as I was expecting. A lot of places are charging a lot more money for something, and with this doctor who is so well known and he's really, really good at what he does, I think that's a perfectly reasonable price. Because I've wanted this surgery for so long and I've always known that it was something that I was eventually going to want to do, I have been saving up for it for a very long time, and I have most of the money ready to go if it does happen that I need to pay for it. So all I really have to do is really focus on saving up a bit more between now and May to make sure that I have the money ready to go if the health insurance says no. So the next thing I did was I went and got a CAT scan, and I actually did that a few days ago. It was really, really simple. If you've never had a CAT scan before, you just lie down and it's this big cylinder that moves up and down with you. You're not closed off anywhere. It's not like an MRI, But yeah, it was really, really simple. You just have to lie still and it kind of scans you and you're done in 5 minutes. So the results for that are going to be ready in January, and I don't really know where we go from here. I was really expecting to leave here and go back to London with a set surgery date. I thought it was going to be all really, really quick and we were going to be able to run all the tests and do everything that we needed to do before I had to go back. But as it turned out, that is not what happened. My surgeon's given me his personal work email so that we can talk directly. I think what's going to happen is my mum is going to pick up the results when I'm no longer here, and she's going to take them to him so that he can analyze them and do whatever he needs to do, and then we will schedule everything over email. I really wanted to make this video specifically because all of the rhinoplasty videos and vlogs that are on YouTube are about the recovery. When I decided to have my septo-rhinoplasty surgery, I went on YouTube and I pretty much watched everybody's recovery vlogs. Everyone has made videos of their recoveries and it's amazing. I have learned so much. I'm so prepared for the post-op part of this. But in doing my research, no one was talking about the procedure for booking the surgery. I had no idea what to expect, how many doctors I was going to have to see, how many appointments, how long everything took. I had no idea. I went into this completely blind, and I thought that 2 weeks was going to be enough, even though I thought it was going to be a stretch and it was going to be really, really hard. But obviously getting a CAT scan takes a lot longer because the results don't come in for several weeks. I went into it blind, and I thought it would be really useful for me to make a video in case some of you out there are wanting to book your own surgery and you don't know what the process is, and you're clueless like I was. So I really, really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful or at least a little bit interesting. If you're thinking about having this surgery, or if you have had the surgery, definitely leave your experiences down below. I will be reading through all of them and replying. So if you'd like to keep up with my journey to getting a septo-rhinoplasty surgery, go ahead and hit subscribe. I'm going to be making update videos every now and again, every time I have an update, and I will be answering a bunch of your questions in the next video. And I will also, for those of you wondering, I will be vlogging my post-op recovery process. So do look out for that. I'm super, super excited. I will keep you as updated as I possibly can, and I will see you very, very soon with a brand new video. Bye! What do you miss the most about Portugal except your family and friends? The food! It is by far the food. Even if you hadn't said family and friends, I would honestly have still said food.